For nearly a century, North Carolina has remained the most successful manufacturing state and one of the top manufacturing states in the country. Aside from developing solid tobacco and textile industries in the 20th century, the state also emerged as a major center for furniture making, particularly the town of High Point, became the furniture capital of the world nearly 100 years ago. In the late 1800s, North Carolina's furniture industry was already successful. The reason for this is because of the abundant timber and ease of transport by the Southern Railway. Manufacturers wanted even more, though. They wanted to expand so far and so fast they would be able to compete successfully with top furniture manufacturers in New York, Grand Rapids, and Chicago. In 1919, the High Point Furniture and Manufacturers Exposition Companies announced they were determined to become the foremost furniture market on this continent. To that end, they spent $1 million constructing an exposition building for its first furniture show. There were 150 vendors which participated in the show, which took place in 1920. The attendance was over 700 people, all of whom came from over 100 different cities. The final tally at the end of the show revealed $2 million in sales. Since then, North Carolina has continued to impress people with the quality of the pieces they sell, which are made from the natural resources of the area. It is for this reason, nearly 100 years later, the state has been able to hang on to their title of the furniture capital of the world. Throughout the first half of the century, nearly half of the state's non-farm workforce was employed in the tobacco, textile, and furniture industries. Manufacturing has been the backbone of North Carolina's economy since the 1880s, when textile mills began to flourish in the state. After the Civil War, the owner of the modern-day Charlotte Observer, D.A. Tompkins, served as a spokesperson for the New South movement. He was an influential engineer, mill designer, and manufacturer who advocated industrialization to revitalize the state's post-Reconstruction economy. He used his paper as a platform to crusade for the development of mill villages across the state. The early textile mills were typically located near bodies of water, harnessing the energy of river currents, using water wheels spun by rivers to process the cloth. By the end of the century, however, more mills began to supplement water power with steam engines. In 1899, North Carolina boasted of 177 textile mills, employing 30,273 workers. In 1923, just 24 years later, 351 mills were in North Carolina, employing 81,041 workers, producing $26.5 million in goods. By 1929, North Carolina led the South in textile production. Around the same time, furniture manufacturing in the state was also on the rise. Soon, tobacco, textiles, and furniture became the big three manufacturing subsectors that would dominate the state's economy and leadership for decades. Now, employment in North Carolina's manufacturing sector started to decline by about 400,000 jobs, or 48% between 1993 and 2010, shortly after the Great Recession. Since 1993, employment in North Carolina's manufacturing sector has decreased by nearly 360,000, or 43%. As the economy began recovering from the Great Recession, employment in the sector increased gradually, but largely stayed around the same level. From 2010 to 2015, manufacturing jobs in the state grew by 6.8%, adding back almost 30,000 net new jobs. In 2017, there were 7,763 manufacturing organizations in North Carolina, accounting for 19.04% of the total output in the state. Manufacturers employ 10.56% of the state's total workforce. Total output from manufacturing was a whopping $102.48 billion, and in 2018, manufacturing was 18.31% of the total output in the state, employing 10.56% of the workforce. Total output from manufacturing was $103.59 billion. During that time, chemicals, food processing, pharmaceutical, computer, and electronic products were the new leaders in North Carolina's manufacturing economy. Fast forward to 2024, 5 companies have announced new developments in the state of North Carolina. The most notable is Siemens Energy. Siemens is a multi-billion-dollar company based in Germany that operates in both the conventional and renewable energy fields. The company is already established in North Carolina and employs over 3,500 people across the state, Charlotte was selected for the company's first transformer manufacturing facility in the U.S. Siemens will invest almost $150 million into the facility and estimates bringing 559 new jobs to North Carolina. Over the next 12 years, the project is expected to grow the state's economy by over $1.5 billion. All 5 companies that chose to expand in North Carolina are building manufacturing facilities. Other industries that are expected to grow indirectly are educational and health services, mining, business and professional services, transportation, warehousing, and utilities. Another German company also selected North Carolina as the site for its United States hub. This electrical engineering company plans to invest $38.6 million to build its headquarters and a manufacturing facility in Iredell County, bringing 195 jobs and adding an estimated $523 million to the economy. According to the 2024 economic forecast, North Carolina's gross domestic product is expected to increase by 1.9% 2023, bringing the total to more than $806 billion. A new manufacturing facility is also coming to Gaston County, Hayco Work USA Inc., that manufactures plastic parts used in the automotive industry, specifically parts for all SUV models of BMW across the world. This project will bring 34 jobs with an average salary of $63,382, which is 36% higher than the current average in Gaston County. Gaston County was also chosen by Lindal Telecom America Inc., a Danish telecommunications company that makes materials for fiber optic cable installation. The manufacturing facility will be the company's first U.S. production site and will cost $5.6 million to build. A 5th manufacturing facility plans to make its home in North Carolina in 2024 is Sovereign Aerospace. They will be in Bladen County and anticipates 33 jobs for its first U.S. manufacturing plant. The veteran-owned company launched in North Carolina in 2021, providing aviation repair and maintenance, pilot training, and consulting. Sovereign Aerospace is now making the transition into manufacturing and will be the first full-service maintenance and production center for the Vulcan Air Phi-1, popular personal aircraft in the U.S. According to the state's economic forecast, a total of 53,500 new jobs will come to North Carolina this year, a 0.9% increase from December 2023. The information and wholesale trade sectors are expected to have the highest employment increases, growing by 5.6% and 2.8%, respectively. When most folks think of manufacturing, they probably think of industry giants who employ thousands of people at single factories. These businesses, of course, have a part in North Carolina's industry and tend to create the splashiest economic development deal headlines. But it's important to remember that plenty of small establishments, those employing fewer than 100 people, also play a big role. In fact, firms with fewer than 100 employees made up about 90% of all manufacturing establishments in 2022. However, they hold smaller but still meaningful shares of total manufacturing employment and wages, about 31% and 27%, respectively. Ensuring these businesses are productive and globally competitive is especially important for North Carolina and the manufacturing industry and workforce. North Carolina is an internationally recognized leader for its manufacturing legacy, said Governor Roy Cooper. As a manufacturing powerhouse, North Carolina is well positioned to continue economic success by deploying the innovative new strategies identified by North Carolina's collaborative network of government, industry, and university partnerships.